What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, Snowy Kurama, coach of the Chicago White Sox, here for the premiere season of the MOONLIT Draft Center. My Week 1 opponent is Lechonk Enthusiast and their Bikini Bottom Goofy Goobers. Yep, just take in that sweet, sweet logo. Anyway, I'll talk a little bit about the teams here, but if you want to skip to the battles, use the chapters at the bottom of the video. Lechonk is a strong electric terrain team with 2 Violet Paradox Pokemon, an Iron Bundle and Iron Leaves. Half of the team is outrageously bulky Pokemon that will definitely make keeping up hazards super duper important to make sure they don't sit on the field forever. Paldea can also make use of the terrain with a super strong Double Shock that can be powered up by Terra if Lechonk so chooses. The last slot is a Smeargle, which I still have nightmares about thanks to Week 2 of the BRL. Go ahead and watch that battle if you want to see why. The link will be in the description below. First thing I noticed about Lechonk's team is that it is quite weak to fighting moves. So you already know I have my Sneasler in the front with a Choice Scarf and enough speed for the fastest thing I can outrun, which is the Mousehold. Hazard Stack Deoxys is next with fighting coverage and the trusty Knockoff. Offensive Adamant Excadrill takes next slot to take advantage of the nice speed gap between Iron Leaves and Cloth. Choppleberry is there in case Pawmont wants to throw out a close combat so it can respond with a strong stomping tantrum. Bulky Rillaboom is up next to supply the terrain. The defensive spread with an Assault Vest lets it take 89% at the most from Hisuian Guja's Fire Blast. Max Defense Arcanine is next to help out against the Iron Leaves, which is a big problem for my team once it gets set up in the electric terrain. It's running Terra Fire this week to punch the biggest holes possible with Flare Blitz. Lastly is my Iron Bundle check, Empoleon. 248 HP and 164 Special Defense Calm allow Empoleon to take only 40% at most from Specs Freeze Dry, and 24 Special Attack EVs are all that it needs to knock it out afterwards, as long as I got hazards up. Now let's get into the battle. I'm not gonna lie even a little bit. This is the first time I'm seeing this game in a while, so it's almost like I'm watching it for the first time right beside you guys. Oh boy, this is Week 1 versus the Lechonk Enthusiast. Let's just get into here. He's got the guys you can see on screen. I'm not gonna doubt your intelligence and just name off every Pokemon we see on here. But he does have the terrain for sure. He has his Paradox guys and his Pawmont. We know that. We got the Skeletors and the Tinglu. They're fucking crazy. I want to say I led right off with Deoxys. We'll see. I probably should have watched the replay beforehand, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just go. Let's go. We do have the Deoxys and we do have the Skeledirge here. So I just start off with some rocks while they send off a Torch Song, and I did not really know what the hell was going to happen next. So I just switched out to my guy here, who is a Fire type. Another Torch Song comes off, which is fine, I suppose. Then I commit to it. I just start crunching. I say, I'm going to get rid of the Skeledirge, whether it wants to get rid of itself or not. Then he brings out the Curse, which was fucking insane, by the way. I've seen Curse Dragapult, but this is this was unfortunate. I was really hoping that we'd keep this Arcanine alive, considering that there's a full Iron Leaves here, and the Will-O-Wisp on this thing would have been great, but it's fine, it's whatever. So I'm just committing to it. This thing's gonna go down. This Skeledirge going down is the thing that I am the most concerned with. And so it goes down. Just like that. Goldenrod is done. Rillaboom comes out here next. I'm just planning on knocking this thing right off. Let's go to normal. Knocking it right off. Then the Pincurchin comes in here. I want to say that I just U-turn. Oh no, this is when I'm trying to bluff that I'm Scarf or Bandit or something, even though you can see from the damage that I'm not, because damage calcs exist. But we go right out into Excadrill here. They go Terra Flying, Terra Blast, and I just press Iron Head because I can't hit him with a Stomping Tantrum. Tinglu comes right out. I probably just Iron Head here again. Yep, and it does okay damage. Rillaboom comes out here to get rid of the terrain, and we threaten the Tinglu with a super effective hit. They go for Body Press, obviously for the Excadrill. Does a decent chunk to Rillaboom, I would say. The Pincurchin comes back out here. I want to say I just pressed the knockoff. I pressed the Drain Punch, that's correct, because, you know, super effective, does the most damage. And then I just do it again to get more HP back from the Pincurchin. It's completely fine. Up next is the Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle with the Quark Drive speed boosting. It looks like I'm in trouble, but as we heard from the team builder, I've got just the tool. I've got Primrose the Empoleon, Freeze Dry only doing 37%, just like we EV'd for it. I believe I Roost here so I can get back some HP so that I can use this thing for more after the Iron Bundle is done. It presses Taunt, which is a great idea considering that I am Roost. I might be Stealth Rock or something on this guy. But I just fire back off with a Flash Cannon, killing this thing just like we planned. Go Empoleon. We run into the Tinglu here, and I think I'm just using the same line of thought that I did with the Excadrill, the Arcanine. I'm just pressing Surf over and over again. This thing can whittle me down as much as it wants. We get it down to 15% before the Tinglu is, down. They're not the Tinglu's down. The Empoleon is dead. So Daisy comes back in here to get the terrain to come back up. We press Grassy Glide, and that's another kill for Daisy the Rillaboom. We have Palmont coming out here, pressing the Revival Blessing to bring back the Pincurchin just so it can get up another terrain. I bring out Canary. Do I spike here? Do I just press move? Pincurchin comes out. I probably just spike, right? Because I knew it was going to switch. Yeah. I think I threatened it pretty good with a close combat. Nope, superpower. I don't get close combat. Could you imagine? I press superpower here, and then I do it again. They got to spike up, but in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. We have more hazards up. And then Deoxys, I believe, is the same line as the other dead mons on the team. I just press knockoff so that it's not doing as much damage with the Twisted Spoon or whatever item it has. Daisy comes back out here, and this is big, guys. This is big. Psyblade doing so much damage, 78%. I'm pretty sure that +2 in without terrain was going to do 90 something to Daisy, but I just had to come in and do what I had to. Press U-turn is obviously kills the 4 times weak to bug Virizion robot. So Lemon comes on out here. Palmont comes out here as well, takes a ton of damage. Close combat, kills it, and wins us week 1. That is a 3-0 for the Chicago White Sox. My week 2 opponent is Juiced 7, and they're Angels of Beheeyeim, I think it's pronounced. Not entirely sure. I'm going to say Beheeyeim until I'm corrected. They have some bulky hard hitters in Great Tusk, Golden Go, and Primarina, as well as some faster Pokemon like Noivern and Munkidori. This match could also be a terrain battle between my Rillaboom and their Indeedee, who is a Terra Captain along with Thunderous Therian and Knucklestack. Indeedee's Psychic Surge has the ability to stop my priority moves, and Juiced's offensive thrusts are really threatening to my team, so this feels like an uphill battle for sure. We were originally supposed to play on Tuesday, so I cranked out just the fastest team that I possibly could just to be on time. But then he pushed the match back to Friday, which, completely fine by me. I thought that I could, use the extra time to fine-tune the team. But then Real Life said, nah, man, this is what you got. Get in there. So we'll just get into what I was able to cook up. Juiced's team has common weaknesses that my Hydreigon has coverage for, so the first slot is Choice Scarf Hydreigon. I've got Dark Pulse for Golden Go and Indeedee, Earth Power for the plethora of ground weaknesses on the team, and Fire Blast to make sure Whimsicott doesn't wall me. I couldn't think of a better move for the last spot besides Stab Draco Meteor, which should be free after the Fairy and Steel types are gone. I'm running a basic max set with some EVs taken out of speed to creep max speed Indeedee, and the rest is in HP. Speaking of Indeedee, I have Rillaboom in the next spot to keep the terrain off the field. I'm running a Banded set to do as much damage with my Stab, Grassy Glide, and Wood Hammer as possible. Knockoff and U-turn are there for utility and should do decent damage to super effective targets with its choice band. Rillaboom is EV to outspeed max speed Golden Go with the rest in attack and HP. I'm running a more offensive Deoxys speed this week to cover as many threats as possible. Dark and Fighting coverage hits most of the teams, and I added on Poison Jab over Spikes so I'm not walled by the potential Whimsicott lead. 56 speed with a Jolly Nature is all I need to outspeed the booster speed Great Tusk with the max attack and the rest in HP. There's a threatening Hisuian Arcanine on the opposing team, so I have my own Arcanine with Terra Ground to mitigate its spamming power. A Charty Berry is here so I can switch in and live a Head Smash after Intimidate with Terra Blast to hit it back. Crunch is here for Indeedee and Goldengo and the usual Arcanine support moves when those mons are cleared. The next slot is Sneasler to take care of the fairies and Bisharp for Hydreigon. I have Dual Stab with U-Turn and Swords Dance in case a fairy switches out. 224 speed with a Jolly Nature is what's needed to outspeed Whimsicott with the rest in attack and a little bit in HP. Last but not least is our resident spinner Assault Vest Excadrill. It has usual Excadrill moves with the Rock Slide tech for incoming Noivern. 224 speed with a Jolly Nature is what's needed for max speed Goldengo with the rest in attack, and 32 in special defense to take Make It Rains and fairy moves much better. Also helps out with the Assault Vest. Let's just get into this match. Okay, week 2 versus the Angels of Beheeyeim. I think. We're gonna go with it. Anyways, we see the team that we see. Definitely very threatening. I don't think I prepped as well for the Primarina as I should have, but I do have the poison move on my Deoxys, and we have a grass type, so it can't be that bad. I want to say I led off with Excadrill. No, I led off with Deoxys because I was anticipating Whimsicott lead. So let's go ahead and get it cracking. Just like we thought, Whimsicott lead, and then we see a taunt, which is what I expected, and then a Poison Jab comes out and gets us our first kill of the game. Goldengo comes out, which isn't great, I don't think. Oh, it's because I don't think our knockoff kills. Is this the knockoff one? I believe that it is. I believe this one has knockoff because it was fully attack. Yep, we don't kill, but it kills us back. I'm sure they'll Make It Rain or something. So I go out to Excadrill just to see. And Make It Rain is here, does it does a pretty good chip to our Excadrill. Noivern comes on out here, so they see our Assault Vest. I press Iron Head just to, cover everything. And it is Bulky Rocky Helmet. Bulky Rocky Helmet Noivern comes out here, which is insane. It is insane! Thing uses Hurricane, I go out to my Hydreigon. We get confused right away, which was really, really bad. So I just go out to Deoxys. We see a Goldengo. I just press knockoff. That's fine. But it's not because, look, there's a weakness policy. So now we have that to deal with. Shadow Ball obviously gets rid of us right away. I go out into Hydreigon because we're scarfed. The Primarina comes out, which is very unfortunate. We do just 11%. It's an okay chip. We go out to Rillaboom so we can do some more chip. Moonblast does a ton. And this is very unfortunate because for whatever reason, I thought that I was Assault Vest, since it had been almost an entire week since I built this team, so I thought that I was Assault Vest Rillaboom, despite the fact that I could have seen what item I was beforehand, but all I thought was, this is an Assault Vest Rillaboom, I shouldn't be taking too much damage even from a Moonblast. And then I almost died to the first Moonblast that comes out. So now I have a chip down Rillaboom. You can obviously switch out into whatever you want. So, not great. Noivern comes out, the Rocky Helmet Noivern. Once again, I just U-turn so that I can get some switch initiative. Here comes the Sneasler. Goldengo comes out. I want to say, yep, I just Dire Clawed, which is not great. I should have used Dark Move if I have it. Arcanine comes in so they can take a Make It Rain, but Great Tusk comes in on the double. And then Noivern comes in on a triple. Sees the Charty Berry, which is completely useless, by the way, because there isn't a single Hisuian Arcanine on the opposing team. Turns out that Juiced thought of that because it is threatening. Good for us. I just Terra Ground so that it doesn't, There's a reason I pressed Terra Ground. What was it? I don't really remember. I pressed Terra Ground. Probably because there was no reason to not press it. I just pressed Will-O-Wisp. Got this thing on at least a little bit of a timer, at least. Reveals the roost, which I should have anticipated it having. I Morning Sun, because I thought maybe a Draco or a Hurricane would come out here. And there is the Hurricane. Doesn't confuse me, but I press Crunch. And I chip myself down just a little bit more. I think that I tried to press stupid Morning Sun, but then this thing gets Psychic Noise. One of the new DLC 2 moves that I just don't see. A lot of information from this game, though. I go out to Excadrill, because this thing does a hell of a lot more damage than my useless Arcanine does. But then we see a Roost. Very unfortunate, but... And then Flamethrower comes out. I just Iron Head for some chip. I already know I'm chipping myself down all the way. Roost comes in. I want to say this thing had the... Yeah, this thing does have the Rock Slide, but it's doing nothing because of the Roost. Flamethrower comes out. That's a dead Excadrill. Hydreigon comes back out here. Primarina comes in, of course. We press Earth Power. Looking back, I probably should have just went out into Daisy. I could have gotten some residual HP back with the Grassy Surge, and then maybe tried to call out the switch probably to you. I don't really know. That could have been something that I did. Then Sneasler comes in, takes a Moonblast, does a shit ton. Golden Go comes in. I want to say, yeah, I just pressed the U-turn to get some switch. Into the Rillaboom, get up that terrain. Then we see a knockoff to get rid of the Golden Go. That is a second kill for the Sox. Great Test comes back out here. I get off an Intimidate with the Arcanine. And we also don't lose any, we won't get any... It's not super effective if he goes for Headlong Rush. Not sure if that would have mattered, plus the Intimidate. But doesn't even matter. Rapid Spin comes out, gets rid of... I don't think there was any rocks out in the field. He just wanted to be faster, I suppose, which isn't a bad thing. Headlong Rush comes out here, and I'm dead. I wanted to Willow, but obviously it didn't happen. And Headlong Rush comes out here, and I'm dead. It's, you know, I don't know what I was expecting. Oh, I thought that I was Seed for whatever reason. Yeah, this isn't a very great showing of what I can do as a battler. I know that. There's a surprise Mega Horn from this Great Tusk, I suppose, and it does that. So at this point, obviously the game is won. Great Tusk and annoying-ass Primarina do the most here, as well as that Golden Dode was very threatening, and the Noivern was very clutch. So I just pressed Dark Pulse, try to do as much flinching down on this Primarina as I can. Maybe I can get another kill, but luck is not on my side, and we get 4-0'd by the Angels of Beheeyeim. Tune in for the next video as we face Seb and the Cooling and the Crabhammer Boys for Week 3, and Zai and the Washington Rotom Wizards for Week 4. Like this video if you have not already, and you want to go ahead and do it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, if you would just like to. We have hit 103 subscribers, which is really cool. It would be cool to see some more so that I can get out some nice and neat draft content. And with all that being said and more, this has been your boy, Snowy Kurama. I'll see you in the next video for the Moonlit Draft Center. Goodbye.